Hello, and thank you so much for serving on this Sunday, August 4th, 2024. This is a very exciting Sunday. So, if you are serving this Sunday, I want to thank you so much for being here and for being a part of our first Sunday of launching our brand new curriculum, which is called the Bright Curriculum. Things are going to look a little different. We are preparing to move classrooms. That should happen next week, hopefully. But this week, we're going to be doing the curriculum using our current classroom. So I want to kind of walk you through what to expect to be able to do the same things that we're going to do in our new space, but do it in our current space, hopefully just for this week as construction is being completed around us. So things are going to look a little different for how we spend our time. So you need to arrive at 9:30 to check in at the check-in room and receive your volunteer sticker and participate in the huddle and pray together as a team. When you get to the classroom, things will begin at 10 o'clock. So we're going to gather kids into their age groups. So our kindergartners, our brand new kindergartners, will not be with us this week. So we will just have first graders in this group. And then this, whoops, I apologize. I have this, K1 and 2-3 are doing the same activities, so that's why. And then 2-3 will be in their other group. Remember to tell the kids this is based on their, there it is, their new grade that they're going into. So if they're going into first grade, they're going to be in a group with the teachers that are assigned to K and 1. If they are going into second and third grade, then they're going to be in the group with the teachers assigned to second and third graders. If they are going into fourth and fifth grade, they're going to be with the teachers that are assigned to that group. So you're just going to find different corners of the classroom. I will have them marked. Normally we have separate spaces for everyone, but that is still under construction. So this week we're just going to meet in different parts of the classroom, and you're going to do the activity that comes with your lesson plan. So the K1 group and the 2-3 group are both going to do, for their belong activity, are going to do something called creation charades. So if you flip your lesson plan, the first thing it says is creation charades, and it has the time listed at the top as well. You have 10 minutes to walk through this with them. So you're just going to follow this lesson plan. There are no supplies. There's no prep work for this other than to read it ahead of time to understand kind of what the activity is. So both K1 and 2-3 will be doing this activity in two different corners of the room. Now, if you're teaching fourth and fifth, you will be in a third corner of the room. And for your belong activity is creation revealed, which is on this page. And the one thing that you need for this is modeling dough, which is in our material bucket. And so you're going to walk through this lesson plan with them for those 10 minutes to do the creation revealed activity. So following the belong activity, which the belong is the first part, we talk about this in Bright a lot. You're going to learn more about it as we move further into it. There's always 3 activities for small groups: belong, believe, become. So belong is about feeling ownership within the group that you're in, feeling like you truly belong in that group. Believe is growing deeper in your faith. There's a lot of looking in the Bible for those activities. And become is kind of acting out that faith. So those activities are going to kind of match up with those 3 core things that we're going to try to get to each week, depending on the amount of time that we have. So following that, at 10:10, everyone is going to come to the worship area. We're not going to be doing worship anymore, but what we are going to do is there are 2 teachers that are the large group teachers, and they are going to guide us through all of these parts, which are timed out here, basically 10:15 through 10:43. They're going to be leading the group. So the 2 teachers that are teaching the large group are going to do the welcome and show the intro video. That's why you're going to be in the worship area, so they can show that video. And then find it in the Bible, and then Bible teaching, and then Bible review video, which is again on the TV, and then a quick wrap up. We are skipping the review questions for the sake of time. We're going to kind of play with this month of figuring out where we can make cuts that will not greatly impact the importance of the things that we're teaching them, because the fact is we only have so much time. So we're trying to figure out where to make cuts on different weeks. So this week what we're trying is cutting the review part in order to get through all of the things. So I'm not going to go through all the pieces. I'm just going to show you briefly, because this will only be led by the 2 teachers that are assigned to large group teaching. If you are large group teaching, you are also small group teaching. So you get double duty. But those of you who are assigned as small group teachers, if you are assigned only to K1 1, 2, 3, or 4, 5, then what your job is to kind of help with crowd control, make sure kids are listening, make sure they're focused. One of the big things is that when they come together on the carpet, we're going to practice this week, and then moving forward, it will be just what we do every week. The kids who are in 4th and 5th grade are going to have a certain mark on their sticker when they come in, and they are to immediately find a kindergarten first grader who will also have a different thing designated on their sticker so that they can partner up with them, because when we get to the find it in the Bible, they're going to have to locate something in their Bible. And so that's very important that they are able to quickly and easily have an older kid locate a younger kid to partner them up with them. So again, a 4th and 5th grader will partner up with a kindergarten first grader. So very quickly, so the welcome and the intro video are both on this page. Again, this is only 8 minutes total, including the video. And then it's the find it in the Bible part. This, they have only 2 minutes down for it. So basically, this is something that will be posted on the wall. This week, maybe very quickly point to it for them. And then this is the only part that's being said. Now, this week, you just have to find Genesis in the Bible. And that's why I want an older student partnered with a younger one, because as we get deeper into it and have to look deeper into the Bible, it will take a long time to find it for those early readers. And so I would like for the older kids to guide them so that by the end of the school year, they will be able to do things more independently, but they definitely need the partnership for that right now. The next section is Bible teaching. I made a lot of alterations to it this week. So the alterations, the things were blacked out that we're not doing, and I wrote over top of it with white for what we're doing instead. The short version is we're going through creation, all 7 days. And so instead of every kid drawing it out, we're going to put one piece of butcher paper on the wall, and you're going to call 6 kids up. They're going to draw the days of creation, 1 kid per day, except for the day of rest. And so we will read this script as they go up to do that. And then it ends here on the 3rd page. Bible teaching, it has 10 minutes blocked out for it, but it is 3 pages, so it's got to kind of scoot quickly. Then it's time for review. We're not doing the review questions, so I blacked it out. We're just doing the Bible review video. That's only supposed to be 3 minutes. And then we finish with the wrap up, which is 5 minutes long. I really wanted to keep this instead of review because I think it's very important for 3 reasons. The monthly memory verse, and showing that video, that's very important. The bright idea is going to change every week, but it all follows the same concept for the month. So the general concept for this month is that God is good. And each week it's going to talk about a different aspect of God being good. So the bright idea will change each week, but it's all kind of centered around that idea of God being good. With Bright Curriculum, every month, the bright idea is about an aspect of God's character, so that by the end of the school year, we should feel like we understand God's character better. And then also praying together as a group before they exit. So monthly memory verse with the video, bright idea, and then praying together. And that's why I kept the wrap up instead of the review questions, because the review video essentially does the same thing as the questions. And we might try and flip-flop that some weeks. The big thing about if you are a large group teacher is that because there's 2 of you, you will take turns bouncing off one another. Maybe one of you does the welcome, one of you does the find it in the Bible, and then for the actual Bible teaching, maybe going back and forth. But you should talk beforehand to decide how you want to split up those parts. This isn't something that you should make a decision on that morning. You need to communicate beforehand to know how you kind of want to bounce off of one another. And this is something that's going to take time and practice. It's gonna take a while for it to look smooth. So this is a good time to learn. So at 10:43, that's when we're going to switch back into small groups. Now, when we have our new spaces, you're going to be moving into completely different rooms. But for the sake of today, you're just going to move back to those corners, those same corners that you started out in. And now you're going to start at your Believe activity at 10:45. So if you are in K1 or 2-3, you're going to do Speak the verse, which for that you need Bibles, a large piece of paper. You don't need painter's tape or marker, but what you do need is this paper, which I've already written it on, but I'll show it to you in just a second. The lesson is here. So Creation Charades was the first one, and then Speak the verse. So again, right here. And it's got the kind of prompts for what to say with the prep work, which is already done for you. So you're just going to walk them through this, and they're going to be basically saying our memory verse in fun ways. So I wrote that out for you here on this Post-it wallpaper. I cut it. I wrote it twice on the sheet. One was for K1st, one is for 2nd, 3rd. I'm going to cut it in half and give it to you. I didn't want to do it yet because the stickiness will wear off if I do it too early. But it's broken down like this, and you break the kind of your group into 4 subgroups, and each of them gets to say that part differently. They could use like a mouse voice. They could yell it. They could use a monster voice. They could talk very slow. Just fun ways to practice that memory verse together. So that is for K1 and 2, 3. If you are in 4th and 5th grade, what you are going to be doing is call it out. And the only thing that you need is the printable page and your Bibles. So this is the lesson plan, which you want to read through it first. Again, it's only 10 minutes from 10:45 to 10:55. And what it looks like is this. So basically, you're saying the memory verse in rounds. So you want to look through that early. Following the believe activity, we are skipping discipleship discussion and saving that for last. That is one of those things that it is helpful, it is good, but the other things I think take priority over it. So we'll come to that at the end as parents are coming to pick up, in hopes that you will be able to talk to most of the kids to get through it. But if you don't get to it, this is the area where the cut is being made. So the become activity is what is next. So become, again, 10 minutes. If you're in K1, 2, 3, your activity is make a big deal, which you need party noisemakers, which is super fun. So again, you're just going to flip to your 2nd page on the back. Make a big deal. This is the lesson plan. All you need are those noisemakers and to read through the lesson plan beforehand. So that's for K1, 2, 3. If you are in 4th, 5th, your become activity is the mirror prayer. You're going to have mirrors, and I already cut these paper-sized sheets of aluminum foil, and you will need Sharpies. And so the lesson plan for that is on the back of page 2. This is how it's right now. It is scripted if you're more comfortable with that. And you're going to walk them through this activity. The following activity for both groups is small group wrap-up, which is going to be on the front of the 3rd page of your plan. So it's right here, small group wrap-up. And I put this ahead of discipleship discussion because, again, this is a time to pray together and to set a challenge for the week. And I feel that that is really important. So this is what K1, 2, 3 looks like. And then if you are in 4th and 5th grade, that is what it looks like here. They're very, very similar. Finally, if you have the time, we come to discipleship discussion, which is going to be on the back of the 3rd page. Let me get to my 3rd page here. I'm flipping one too many pages. Just 1 second. There we go. It didn't want to cooperate. It's right here. So it is good. It's important things to talk about. But I would say that the other things do take priority. So you do this at the very end, starting around 11:10 or so, as sermon usually wraps up between 11:10, 11:15-ish. So this will kind of be as the kids are getting ready to be checked out. So you're going to do it this way. And that is the same on here, the back of page 3, discipleship discussion. And so that is it. We are going to be eventually having new iPads where kindergarten and 1st grade will have their own iPad because they're going to be doing check-in and check-out of their own small group space. 2nd and 3rd grade will also have their own iPad for attendance because they will be checking in and out of their own small group space, and then 4th and 5th as well. I don't know if those iPads will be ready for August 4th, or if that's something that will be introduced when we move into our new classrooms on August 11th. So that is something I'll tell you about that morning. The biggest thing I can tell you is to make sure that you read your lessons ahead of time, especially if you are assigned to the large group, because that is something that you need to feel very comfortable with and already have worked out a plan as partners for how you want to split up who is sharing what in front of the large group. I made copies of these lesson plans already for those of you that are teaching. As I make this video, we have not yet assigned who is going to be teaching what each week, but by the time you see this video, they will have been assigned. I gave Kristen, I'm going to be out of town July 20th through close to the 28th. And so if you want a copy of your lesson plan, a physical printed copy, you would rather not look at it online, they will be posted online too. But if you'd like to have a hard copy, I printed extra copies of these so that you can take them. There's 2 of the large group for those 2 teachers, and then also all of the small groups. I don't have names written on them because, again, they haven't been assigned yet, but they will be by the time you guys see this video. So if you want to have a physical copy of your lesson plan to have in your hands before August 4th, see Kristen and she can give you the physical copy of it. Also, these copies, the other physical copies, will be in the classroom. So if something happens and you lose it, you forget it on Sunday morning, do not worry about it. We have extra copies in the classroom. We won't run those extra copies in the following months, but I wanted to do that for September since this is brand new, to just kind of help get the ball rolling on a positive note. So I am so excited for you guys to be able to serve this first week that we're introducing our new curriculum. You guys are going to do awesome. I can't wait to hear all about it. Thank you so much again. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. My phone number is on Planning Center, also my email, so you can text me, call me, email me anytime. I will be at service on August 4th. I'll come back and help you guys get set up. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out anytime. We're so thankful for you, thankful for the difference you're making in these kids' lives, and I can't wait to see you. Thank you so much.